is Enhance Your English podcast, where real conversations build real confidence. Let's make English easy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Enhance Your English, your cozy little corner of the internet where you learn real, natural English through real life conversations. I'm Emma.
And I'm James. So glad you're here today. Whether you're listening on your commute, at home, or maybe lying in bed avoiding responsibilities.
James, why do you always call us out like that?
Because it's true. And honestly, even if you're lying in bed, you're still learning English. So good job.
That's the spirit. Okay, so today's episode, I'm really excited about this one.
Me too, because today's topic is something that touches almost every single person's life at some point.
We are talking about how to save money on a low salary.
And before anyone closes this video thinking, oh great, another boring money lecture,
Please don't. This is not that, we promise.
no complicated financial terms, no just invest in stocks advice from someone who clearly never struggled.
Yes, this is real talk, honest talk, the kind of conversation you'd have with a friend over coffee.
Speaking of coffee, Emma, did you know I used to spend a shocking amount of money on coffee every month?
How much are we talking?
Let's just say it was embarrassing. My coffee budget was bigger than my savings for a long time.
Oh no. Okay, so you definitely needed this episode.
I really did, and maybe some of you listening right now need it too, and that's completely okay. That's why we're here.
Exactly. So today we're going to cover everything. Understanding where your money goes, budgeting basics, small daily habits, the right mindset around money, common mistakes people make, and of course, our word tour at the end with useful English phrases.
It's a full episode today, so get comfortable, get your drink ready.
And let's talk about money. Okay, James, let's start with something honest. Have you ever reached the end of the month and thought, where did all my money go?
Every single month in my 20s, it was like magic, but the terrible kind. Money would arrive and then just vanish.
And you couldn't even explain it properly?
Not really. Like, I knew I paid rent, I knew I bought food, but everything in between was just a blur.
A blur. I love that word for it because that's exactly what it feels like. You're not making huge purchases, you're just living, and somehow the money disappears anyway.
And I think this is really important to say at the beginning. Struggling to save money on a low salary is not a personal failure.
Yes, please hear that. Some salaries are genuinely not enough for the cost of living. That is a real problem, and we're not here to make you feel bad about it.
Exactly. We're here to help you find whatever small control you do have, because even small changes done consistently can make a real difference over time.
And sometimes just understanding your own money better, even without changing anything yet, already reduces stress.
Because stress about money often comes from the unknown. You feel like you have no control, but when you actually look at the numbers, even if they're scary, at least you know what you're dealing with.
Turning on the lights in a dark room.
Exactly. So let's turn on some lights today. All right, step 1. Before you save a single coin, you need to track your spending.
This is the foundation of everything. You cannot fix a problem you can't see.
For 1 full month, write down every single thing you spend money on. Every coffee, every bus ticket, every small snack, every online order. Everything.
You can use a notebook, a phone app, a spreadsheet, even just your phone's notes app. The tool doesn't matter. The habit matters.
And at the end of the month, you look at everything together. And that moment, that's often a wake-up call.
It was for me. The first time I properly tracked my spending, I was genuinely shocked. Not because I was making huge purchases, but because of all the small things I didn't even notice.
Like what?
Okay, so I had 3 streaming subscriptions. I was only actively using one. The other 2 I had forgotten about completely. Still paying every month like a loyal customer who never shows up.
Paying for something you're not even enjoying. That's painful.
And then food delivery. I was ordering food way more than I realized because each order didn't feel like much in the moment, but added together at the end of the month, it was a lot.
This is the thing about small expenses. They feel invisible one by one, but together they are very visible.
Exactly. So tracking is not about judging yourself. It's about seeing clearly. Just observe. Don't shame yourself. Just look.
Think of yourself as a scientist studying your own habits, curious, not critical.
Oh, I love that. A curious scientist, not a harsh judge.
Right, and once you see the full picture, you can start making decisions. Which things do I actually enjoy and want to keep? Which things am I spending money on out of habit or laziness?
Because some spending is worth it. The things that bring you real joy or comfort, those have value. But the things you spend money on automatically, without even thinking, those are the ones to look at closely.
So, homework number 1, start tracking today, even just this week. See what you find.
Okay, now let's talk about budgeting. And I know that word can feel a bit intimidating.
It sounds very serious, very spreadsheet, very responsible adult.
Which is exactly why most people avoid it.
But budgeting is really just giving your money a plan. That's all it is. Deciding in advance where your money will go instead of wondering after the fact where it went.
And there's a simple method called the 50-30-20 rule that many people find helpful.
Let's break it down. Imagine your salary arrives. You divide it into 3 parts.
50% for needs. These are things you absolutely must pay for. Rent or housing, basic food, electricity, water, transport to work, medicine, things you cannot avoid.
30% for wants. These are things that make life enjoyable but are not survival necessities. Eating out at restaurants, new clothes, entertainment, hobbies, that coffee you love.
And 20% for savings. This is the money you set aside. You don't touch it. It sits and slowly grows.
Now, when your salary is low, hitting these exact percentages might not be realistic.
Right. For many people, rent alone takes more than 50% of their income. That's just the reality of life in many cities.
So you adjust. Maybe for you, it's 65% needs, 15% wants, 20% savings. Or maybe right now you can only save 10%. That's okay.
The point is not the exact numbers. The point is have a plan. Give every bit of your salary a purpose before you spend it.
Money without a plan disappears fast, like water cupped in your hands. You try to hold it, but it slips through.
And one more important budgeting tip. Pay yourself first.
Ooh, yes, this one is powerful. What does it mean?
It means the moment your salary arrives, immediately move your savings amount to a separate place before you pay bills, before you buy groceries, before anything.
So savings is not what's left over at the end of the month. Savings is the first thing that goes.
Exactly. Because if you wait to save whatever is left over at the end of the month, there is usually nothing left.
The money just fills whatever space is available, like water filling a container.
So you remove the savings first, then you live on what remains. It feels uncomfortable at first, but you adjust. Humans are remarkably good at adapting.
We really are. You think you can't live on less, and then somehow you do, because you have to. All right, let's get practical. Real habits, real changes. Small things you can start doing or stop doing that genuinely help.
These aren't things like stop drinking coffee and you'll be a millionaire. These are realistic suggestions for real people.
Yes, we are not going to tell you that your coffee is ruining your life.
Good. Okay, first habit, cook at home more often.
Classic advice, but genuinely effective. Eating out, ordering delivery, buying lunch every day at work, it adds up incredibly fast.
Even cooking just 3 or 4 more meals at home per week can save a noticeable amount by end of month.
And it doesn't need to be complicated cooking. Simple food. Eggs, rice, pasta, vegetables. Cheap, filling, and honestly quite good if you learn a few basic recipes.
Second habit, always shop with a list, whether it's groceries or anything else.
This one genuinely transformed my shopping. Before a list, I would go to the supermarket and just wander around, and somehow things would end up in my basket that I never planned to buy.
The supermarket is designed to make you buy more. Everything is positioned carefully. The smells, the lighting, the placement of products.
You are basically walking into a very sophisticated system designed to separate you from your money.
That's dramatic but accurate. So go in with a list. Stick to the list get out.
Third habit, the 48-hour rule for non-essential purchases.
This is one of my personal favorites. Whenever you see something you want to buy that isn't necessary, wait 48 hours before buying it.
Because impulse purchases are driven by emotion. You see something, you feel excited, you want it right now. But that feeling almost always fades.
If you wait 2 days and you genuinely want it and you can afford it, then maybe it's worth buying.
But most of the time after 48 hours, you've forgotten about it completely, which tells you it was never really that important.
And online shopping makes impulse buying so easy. One click, done. The money is gone before you even thought properly.
So add things to your cart, let them sit there, don't click buy immediately. Give yourself time to think.
Fourth habit, audit your subscriptions every 3 months.
Audit means to carefully check and review. Go through your bank statements and find every recurring payment.
Streaming services, apps, gym memberships, cloud storage, magazines, meal kit deliveries. Write them all down.
Then ask yourself honestly about each one. Have I used this in the last month? Does it bring me real value? Or am I just paying for it out of habit?
Cancel the ones you don't genuinely use. You can always rejoin later if you miss them, but chances are you won't even notice they're gone.
Fifth, find free or cheap alternatives for entertainment.
Entertainment is important. Life needs joy, but joy doesn't always have to be expensive.
Libraries, completely free books, sometimes free movies and music too. Public parks and nature, free. Free events in your city. Concerts, markets, exhibitions, community gatherings.
YouTube has incredible free content. Courses, documentaries, cooking shows, language learning.
Like our channel.
Exactly like our channel. Free English learning right here.
And sixth, meal prep on weekends. Cook larger amounts of food once or twice a week so you have ready meals for busy weekdays.
When you come home tired after a long day, if there's no food ready, the temptation to order delivery is very strong.
But if you open your fridge and there's already food waiting, you eat that instead. You save money and you eat something probably healthier.
Small preparation saves big money later. Okay, let's talk about some common mistakes that people make, especially when money is tight.
Because sometimes it's not just about what you should do, it's also about what you should stop doing.
First mistake, spending to feel better, also called retail therapy.
This is so common. You have a bad day, you feel stressed or sad, and somehow buying something feels like it will help.
And maybe it does help for about 20 minutes, and then the feeling is gone, but the money is also gone.
And sometimes you feel worse because now you spent money you didn't have.
It's a cycle. Stress leads to spending. Spending creates more financial stress. More stress leads to more spending.
So it's important to find other ways to comfort yourself when you're feeling low. Talking to a friend, going for a walk, watching a favorite show, cooking something you enjoy.
Things that don't cost money but still feel good. Second mistake, comparing yourself to others.
Oh, this one is so damaging, especially in the age of social media.
You see people online living what looks like a very comfortable life. Nice clothes, nice restaurants, nice holidays, and you feel like you're behind, like you're failing.
But social media is a highlight reel. You see the best moments. You don't see the debt, the stress, the financial anxiety behind those pictures.
Many people are spending money they don't have to look like they have money they don't have.
That sentence is complicated, but so true. So compare yourself to yourself. Are you a little better this month than last month? That's what matters.
Third mistake, having no emergency fund.
An emergency fund is money you set aside specifically for unexpected problems. Your phone breaks, you get sick, your car needs repair, you lose your job.
Life will always have surprises. And if you have no emergency fund, one unexpected expense can destroy months of careful saving.
You don't need a huge emergency fund right away. Start small. Even 1 month of basic expenses saved is a meaningful buffer.
And fourth mistake, giving up too quickly.
This is maybe the most important one. Saving money is a skill, and like all skills, it takes time to develop.
You will have months where you do really well, and months where something unexpected happens and you spend more than you planned.
And that's normal. That's just life. The mistake is deciding after one bad month that I can't do this and giving up completely.
Progress is never perfectly straight. It goes up, sometimes it dips down, and then it goes up again. As long as the overall direction is forward, you're doing well.
Be patient with yourself. Keep going.
Okay, I want to talk about something that I think is actually the most powerful part of all of this, more powerful than any specific tip or trick.
What's that?
Your mindset around money.
Yes, because you can know every technique in the world, but if your relationship with money is broken, nothing works long term.
A lot of people have been taught to think about money in a very negative way. Money is stressful, money is scary. Talking about money is embarrassing or rude.
And so they avoid it. They don't look at their bank account because it's too anxiety-inducing. They don't make a budget because it feels overwhelming.
But avoidance doesn't make the problem smaller, it makes it bigger.
Like ignoring a small crack in a wall. You don't look at it, you don't deal with it, and one day the wall has a much bigger problem.
So the first mindset shift is be willing to look at your finances clearly and regularly, even when it's uncomfortable.
Check your bank account, know your numbers, face the reality. It's scary the first time, less scary the second time, and eventually it becomes normal.
Second mindset shift, reframe saving as a choice, not a restriction.
Instead of I can't afford this, try I'm choosing to spend my money on things that matter more to me.
One sentence makes you feel like a victim, the other makes you feel like you're in control.
And that feeling of control is really important. It changes how you relate to your own life.
Third mindset shift, celebrate small wins.
If you saved even a small amount this month, that's a win, genuinely.
Don't wait until you have a large savings account to feel proud of yourself. Feel proud now. You're doing something difficult. You deserve to acknowledge that.
Progress is progress. Even slow progress is moving in the right direction.
And fourth, think long-term, but live in the present.
Saving is about the future, building security, reaching goals, having options. But you also have to live now. You can't suffer completely today for a tomorrow that might look different than you imagined.
So find balance. Save consistently, but also allow yourself some joy. A life with zero pleasure is not sustainable.
Small joys are important. The goal is not to eliminate enjoyment. The goal is to be intentional about it.
Spend on things that truly matter to you. Cut back on things that don't. That's the whole philosophy, really.
Let's talk briefly about goals, because saving money without a goal is hard to sustain.
When you're just saving in general, it's abstract. But when you're saving for something specific, it becomes real and motivating.
So ask yourself, why do I want to save money? What am I working towards?
Maybe it's an emergency fund for peace of mind. Maybe it's a trip you've been dreaming about. Maybe it's moving to a better apartment. Maybe it's buying something specific. Maybe it's simply having options, the ability to say no to a bad job because you have some savings behind you.
Freedom. That's what savings really buys you, not things. Freedom and options.
And once you have a clear goal, give it a number and a timeline.
For example, not just I want to save money, but I want to save enough money for 3 months of expenses by the end of this year. That's specific. That's measurable. That gives you something to work towards.
And break it down into monthly amounts. If I want to reach that goal in 12 months, I need to save this amount each month. Suddenly, it feels more possible.
A big goal can feel overwhelming, but a monthly target feels manageable.
Small, consistent actions over time create big results. That's true for money, it's true for learning English, it's true for most good things in life.
Which is exactly why you're here, listening and learning, one episode at a time.
All right, it's time for our favorite section, the word tour, a calm walk through the most useful English phrases from today's episode.
You don't need to memorize all of these. Maybe 1 or 2 will stay with you, and that's already valuable.
Okay, let's go. First phrase, live within your means.
This means to spend only what you earn, not more, to keep your lifestyle within the limits of your income.
For example, even though she doesn't earn much, she lives within her means and is slowly building savings.
Second, cut back on something, to reduce how much you spend on something.
I decided to cut back on takeaway food and start cooking at home more.
Third, set money aside, to separate a specific portion of money for a particular purpose, usually saving.
Every month, I set aside 20% of my salary before I spend anything else.
Fourth, impulse purchase, something you buy suddenly and without planning, driven by emotion in the moment.
I made an impulse purchase last night. I saw it online and just clicked buy. I don't even know why.
Fifth, adds up, when small amounts accumulate over time into a surprisingly large total.
One small coffee every day doesn't seem like much, but it really adds up over a whole month.
Sixth, tight budget, when you have very limited money to work with.
We're on a tight budget this month, so we're skipping the restaurant and cooking at home.
Seventh, financial goals, specific money-related targets you want to achieve in the future.
My financial goal this year is to build an emergency fund that covers 3 months of expenses.
Eighth, pay yourself first, the strategy of saving money immediately when your salary arrives before spending on anything else.
I started paying myself first. The moment my salary comes in, I transfer my savings immediately.
Ninth, retail therapy, the habit of shopping or buying things to improve your mood when you're feeling stressed or sad.
After a bad week at work, I went shopping. Classic retail therapy. My wallet did not appreciate it.
And 10th, emergency fund, money saved specifically to cover unexpected expenses or difficult situations.
Having an emergency fund means that when something unexpected happens, it doesn't completely destroy your finances. Okay, we've covered a lot today. Let's do a quick, simple summary.
Number 1, track your spending. Know where your money is actually going before you try to change anything.
Number 2, make a budget. Give your money a plan. Use the 50-30-20 rule as a starting guide and adjust it to your real situation.
Number 3, pay yourself first. Move your savings the moment your salary arrives.
Number 4, build small daily habits. Cook more at home. Shop with a list. Wait before buying. Cancel unused subscriptions.
Number 5, avoid common mistakes. Don't spend to feel better. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't ignore your finances.
Number 6, work on your mindset. Saving is a skill. Be patient. Celebrate small wins. Think of saving as a choice, not a punishment.
And number 7, have a clear goal. Know why you're saving. Give it a number, give it a timeline. Make it real.
And above all, be kind to yourself. Saving money on a low salary is genuinely hard. You're doing something difficult. That matters.
Progress is not always visible immediately, but it's happening. Keep going.
And that is a wrap on today's episode of Enhance Your English.
This was a long one today. Thank you so much for staying with us all the way to the end. That says a lot about your commitment.
Seriously, if you made it this far, you deserve a big round of applause.
And your comment homework for today, write 2 sentences in English. 1 sentence about one money habit you want to start, and 1 sentence about one financial goal you have.
For example, I want to start tracking my spending this month. My goal is to save enough money for a small trip by the end of the year. Simple. Real. English practice.
We genuinely read your comments. It's one of our favorite parts of making this show.
If this episode was helpful, please like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe to Enhance Your English so you never miss an episode.
We'll be back very soon with another conversation, more natural English, more real talk.
Take care of yourselves, take care of your wallets, and remember, every small step forward counts.
This is James.
And this is Emma.
And you've been listening to Enhance Your English. See you next time.
Bye.